Hello and welcome to Shelby Township Parks and Recreation in the News. I'm Joe Youngblood. With me today is Mike Adams from the Parks and Recreation Department. Mike, thanks for being on the show today.
No problem. Thanks for having me once again.
Very good. If you've seen our Parks and Rec shows before, we like to keep our residents updated with all the latest and greatest happenings and upcoming special events and anything new or upcoming we have going on in our park system. Mike, we have the Shelby Township newsletter. This is the winter-spring one, 2016, as you can see right here. We have the new newsletter being mailed out soon. If you could touch on that for our residents, please. What can residents look for in this new newsletter coming out?
Yeah, the new newsletter's scheduled to be mailed out May 18th or 19th, okay. And this is our largest version. This one actually covers about five and a half months, which covers our busiest season, as you know, our summer months. So there's a lot of programs, a lot of special events, some of our mainstay special events like the fishing derby and summer Olympics that we've had for 20, 25 years.
And can the newsletter be found online? If so, where?
Yep. As soon as the newsletter is mailed out May 18th, it goes immediately online, as well as that one you just showed everybody. That one will stay on there too for a little bit of time because there are some overlap between newsletters. But that will be online. It's on our website, www.shelbytwp.org.
Okay.
Just click on Parks and Rec, and there'll be an actual picture of both newsletters so they can click on whatever one they want for whatever time frame they're looking for activities.
And if somebody wants to register online, after looking at our newsletter, how do they do that?
There's also a link right next to the newsletter that says online registration. You click on there. If they've never done anything with us before, they can just call us. We'll input their information into our system, and then they can do it online. But if they have registered for anything with us before, their information's already in there. We can get them their login and their password, and they can do it online at their leisure.
And do you see more and more people registering online?
For sure. Obviously, we have our normal business hours, but obviously if they do it online, they can do it any time of the day. It's real simple. It's real easy.
Open 24/7.
24/7. That's the convenience of technology. So yeah, more and more people are definitely doing that.
Great. So in the newsletter, as you mentioned, we have a lot of special events, and this is something our residents, because it covers the 5-month span, they want to hold on to that newsletter.
For sure. So it'll cover end of May through middle of October. So it is that long span. So you're going to have early summer activities and programs as well as fall activities and programs. So even our Halloween event's going to be in that one. So yeah, right. People definitely want to hold on to that to plan out their summer events.
Very good. Switching gears a little bit, we're talking about spring and summer. We have Little League Baseball kicking off soon. We've already have practices going on right now, games coming up. Just give us a brief overview of Little League, and if somebody is registered or if they haven't registered, maybe interested for next year, what's the difference between Little League in spring and Parks and Rec summer baseball in the summer?
Sure. Yeah, we're winding down with practices right now for our spring Little League season. Games will be getting up here in about a week or so. With this season, since it is such a large number of children, we start registration in January for that, just so people know. There's a lot of organization that goes into that. When you're dealing with 800-900 kids, we have to order uniforms. We have to do that a month ahead of time. So we do start registration in January for that.
Okay.
But then we have our second season, which you know has been building each and every year. There's another 600 to 800 kids in that season. That's always starts mid-July. And that will be in that upcoming newsletter that we have in May where people can register for that. Pretty much a mirror image of our Little League as far as the divisions and the ages we offer. T-ball all the way up through ages 16. Girls softball was included in that last year. So just a replication of our spring in case they missed it due to registration or the spring didn't work out for them. And a lot of people play soccer in the spring, and that conflicts with baseball for some people. So this summer session has been growing, I think, due to things like that.
Yeah, definitely. So and if ever any of our residents have any questions about Little League Baseball or summer baseball, give us a call at 731-0300. If you want to register, go ahead and register. If you have any technical questions, Mike Adams is our baseball insider. So you can get with Mike and he'll help you out. So Mike, keep up the great job with baseball. It's going well, and wonderful job.
Thanks.
Staying with the baseball theme, adult softball at Mace-Decker Park. And if you haven't been to Mace-Decker Park or you haven't played before, this is one of the most popular adult softball leagues in Southeast Michigan, and Mike Adams runs that for us. Mike, a couple questions. First is, if somebody's interested in registering, how do they go about that? And also, what is the key to having such a successful league? And I know you're modest and you're not going to mention, but I know a big part of it is being organized in what you do, because that's a big part of it.
Sure.
And then you can touch on the other areas, what you think is the key to it also.
Yeah, people, usually they come as a whole team, 10 to 15 players. If anyone's interested in playing, that's just an individual, we try to place them on a team if somebody's needing players. So it doesn't happen a lot, but if you're by yourself and
to register.
If you're by yourself or you and a buddy want to play, you don't have your full 15 people.
Sure.
We try to register or get people in touch with people that need players. But we start registration back in February for that. Right now we're running 6 out of 7 days at May-Stecker Park. So we have all different kind of leagues. We have 4 different men's leagues. We have a co-ed league. We have a women's league. And pretty much every night's filled up. Our co-ed is the largest it's been in about 5 years. On Friday nights, we sold out there for the first time in 5 years, so that's going very well. I think the key is maintaining the fields. The guys do a great job with the fields at May-Stecker Park. Many times, I know both of us have heard they're the nicest adult softball fields in Macomb County.
Yeah.
And
a beautiful complex.
Yep. And I think with the 4 men's leagues, you're talking that is 30 to 40 teams. Positioning those teams in the correct night with the same kind of talent, skill level of the other teams helps a lot too. If you have an 8-team league and 2 of them are just far superior, you're going to have some problems during the season with some lopsided scores. So I think getting teams on the right night with the right teams is the key too.
Definitely. So that's the 18 and over adult softball. Mike, during the day we have our senior softball league.
Yeah.
How many teams we have this year in the senior softball league?
This year I believe it's 16. They always hover around 15 or 16 teams. They play Monday, Wednesday mornings and afternoons now because they have so many teams at May-Stecker and Ford Field. And just
they have a blast out there.
They do. It's a fun
Very
league.
Competitive though.
Oh, they're always the most competitive, I would say, but fun to go watch those guys play. Some of those guys are in their upper 70s, if not 80, and still playing. Some of those guys play every single day, not just Monday, Wednesday.
Well, and the thing that it's really nice about it too, Mike, is it's something during the day, using our parks, using our fields, and some people forget you bring in 16 teams from surrounding communities. Obviously quite a few are Shelby residents, but there's probably 60% are coming from Clinton Township, Sterling Heights, St. Clair Shores. And when they're here, they after the seniors play, they stop at a local restaurant and or bar to get their lunch, and they're going to buy gas here and stuff. So it's something that seems that small, but it does help out the local businesses.
For sure. Like you said, we have teams from Hazel Park, East Point, St. Clair Shores, Clinton Township, Sterling Heights. So it is nice to see all those guys. And again, our maintenance guys do such a good job with the fields. Those guys have no problem traveling 45 minutes to come play in nice fields.
That's true.
Yep.
All right, very good. Just want to give an update where we stand on our trail system here. And I'm going to say over the last 5 years, trails in Shelby Township have really taken off, and people love using the trail system, whether it's jogging, walking, or riding their bike. In Riverbends Park, we have almost 8 miles now of mountain bike trails, where 5 years ago we didn't have 1 mile of mountain bike trails. So over 5 miles of mountain bike trails. Stop by Parks and Rec for a map. Also intersecting the mountain bike trails, we have the Iron Bell Trail, which will eventually be the Iron Mountain to Belle Isle Trail. This is a small portion of it that goes through Shelby Township, but it runs through Riverbends Park. And we're working on the next phase to connect Riverbends Park to Gene Shepherd Park. And then we're also going to have Macomb Orchard Trail to Gene Shepherd Park. I mentioned the Macomb Orchard Trail. If you're not aware of that, that is 24 in DeQuinder. It comes in the south side of 24. West of DeQuinder is the Clinton River Trail. East of DeQuinder is the Macomb Orchard Trail, 24.5 miles. It goes up through Shelby Township, Washington, Romeo, Bruce, Armada Township, Richmond Township, and the city of Richmond is where it finishes. So it's the old railroad bed that Macomb County bought years ago. Shelby Township is partner. We're on the Macomb Orchard Trail Commission. We meet monthly on this for improvements to the trail and so on and so forth. So that's the Macomb Orchard Trail. That trail, when you head west, as I mentioned, connects to the Clinton River Trail. It'll take you right to downtown Rochester. Then you can head north on the Paint Creek Trail, and it'll take you all the way to Lake Orion. So there's quite a few different connectors, and there's some serious riders, rider clubs. So if you're interested and you want to join a biking club, give us a call at Parks and Rec. We can help you out, put you in touch with the right people. But there's some slow riders called out of Rochester, and they use the trails quite often. So very excited about it. Mike, as you can attest from the calls we're getting and from going out into the parks and river bends, we've never seen so many people on the trail system, but it's, I mean, it's beautiful. Now that it connects to the city of Utica. As of right now, Mike, your family can go to Riverbends Park and bike all the way to Metro Beach on the trail system. It's pretty impressive.
It is, and like you said, it's unbelievable. Every day the calls and the walk-through traffic we get in our office, people looking for maps, how many miles it from point A to point B, and we talk about 5K runs. You know, people practice, whether it be in their neighborhood or on some of these trails too, and they just want tons of information on it, so that shows the popularity of it.
Definitely. Yeah. And Mike, you mentioned 5Ks. 5Ks at Riverbends Park, 5K races are becoming more popular now than they ever been. So people call, they rent out Hickory Grove for the 5K jogging races. And is what we're working on right now. We are mapping out a 5K, which would be part on asphalt, part through the mountain bike trail and coming back, and part of the OMID trail, which is the Oakland Macomb Interceptor Drain. This is all going to connect, and we're going to have signage there. So when you rent it out, you will not need to make any markings yourself. It's going to be all mapped out. So we're really excited about that, Mike. I think it's going to be a nice benefit for the amount of use that we get.
It will.
All right. Well, that's the latest and greatest here from Shelby Parks and Rec. And right after these messages, we'll be back with Carrie Crozier from the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center.
Historic Hope Chapel, built in the 1890s, is available for rent for weddings and other ceremonies beginning the first business day in September. Hope Chapel is fully heated and air-conditioned. Available amenities include podium and sound system, seating available for 80, 2 restrooms, party preparation room, and the Hope Chapel is fully accessible to handicapped visitors. For more information, please call the Shelby Township Parks and Recreation Department at 586-731-0300.
Hello and welcome back to Shelby Township Parks and Recreation in News. As I mentioned before, we have our special guest, Carrie Crozier from the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center. Carrie, thanks for being on the show today. Carrie always brings our ratings up with his high energy and his love for nature. Carrie, the Nature Center, you guys have a lot of different animals there, and you always bring a special guest. What do you have for us today?
I've got one we haven't done in a while, and we like to push the natives.
Hopefully not a snake.
No snakes today, Joe.
Okay.
We like to push the natives, though sometimes we can't teach with natives because they don't do well in captivity.
Okay.
But today we're going to deal with a toad, native to here in Michigan, and there are 2 types of toads here in Michigan. We have the American toad and the Fowler's toad. The American toad has a wider range, almost all of Michigan, whereas the Fowler's toad, pretty much the west side of the state, and where we are here in this Lapeer County, southeastern Michigan, is the northernmost edge of that range. It's a neat little toad.
Any particular reason, Carrie, is where you'd find the certain toad on the west side of the state, and no rhyme or reason?
I don't know the reason for that. I don't
so
know the
these
reason
are the
that.
toads, I'm assuming, Carrie, as kids we would find around the yard, and if we want to put them in a little bucket with some dirt and grass, so this is the type of toad that we'd find.
It could have been this Fowler's toad, or it could have been the American toad, either one, because they're both in this area, you know. One of the neat things about toads is the males.
Yeah.
Come on, be nice. Get him to say hi.
I thought I heard a little squeak.
He's not
He
being.
talks?
Yes. And the neat thing about it is, he's not doing it now, but he's.
Oh, I heard that.
And I'm not
said,
hurting him. I'm not
"Carrie."
hurting him. I'm just
I heard
holding him by the side.
It said, Carrie.
The neat thing about the
I've never heard that.
toads is, the females, they don't talk at all. They have no vocalizations. They don't talk and sing and everything. And it's the males. He's not going to talk anymore. Okay. The males that sing for the courtship to bring the females in.
Oh.
But
draws the ladies in.
Yeah. Well, with a good voice, Joe, I'm sure you have one. It brings in the fairer sex.
That is pretty cool.
Negative to that is predators key on them.
Oh yeah, I didn't
You
think
know,
of
you're
that,
singing
right.
away looking for the girls, and the
Right.
predator's saying, "We're there."
Yeah.
You know, so but
So the predators, they'll listen for that.
certain predators will, you know, that don't have a problem with the toxicities in these things.
What animals are the frogs worried about?
I'm not sure which ones prey on, but I'm sure
I
that
mean, you could get-
probably some birds.
Yeah.
You know, I know most mammals won't, because if anybody's had a dog, a pet, and they've grabbed a toad, and within a couple seconds, they're rolling their tongue and they're dropping that
Yeah.
toad now. Where it's all these little glands on the back. People don't realize it, but these glands are full of toxins. And a myth, you can get warts from toads. No, you don't get warts from toads at all. It's a virus from something totally different. But what they don't realize is these toxins, if you're touching them, you don't touch your eyes, you don't touch your tongue, your corners of your mouth, because it could get you sick. It won't kill us, but it could get you sick and cause a problem. So, as with any reptiles, amphibians, and creatures of that nature, wash your hands. Sing the happy birthday song while you're soaping up your hands, all good to go. Another neat thing about amphibians, and it's not true with your reptiles per se, snakes and turtles, but amphibians, they absorb through the skin. So if you have a lot of weed and feed, bug spray, toxins of that nature, they have a low tolerance for that. Salamanders too, you know. You won't see a lot of those if there is a higher chemical toxicity count. Here's a good plug, Holland Ponds Park. It was recovered from a contaminated waste site. All right? And they say, oh, it's contaminated. We find so many amphibians at Holland Ponds, it'll blow your mind. Our
There's
heronry,
proof right there. Then how
bingo,
clean
yes.
water is,
Our heronry in years past was 2 and 3, herons, per nest. They've since moved on, and we only have a few. But it was right after the cleanup. And they're gobbling up how many reptile amphibians?
Yeah.
And we're still finding tons of amphibians and stuff. No thin shells, 2 and 3, young birds per nest. So it's a testament that they were able to clean that up. And it is clean because we're finding all these wonderful little creatures there,
Now, Kerry, I remember as a youth picking up the frogs and they would urinate. Is that a self-defense mechanism, or is it just something it just happens?
Would you want to put something in your mouth? I think it is. To tell you the truth, I don't know, Joe.
Yeah.
But
You know
I'm
what
sure,
I'm talking about.
Yes,
You have to
absolutely. As soon as you
always-
pick them up, they start peeing, I think it could be.
Yeah.
But I do know that
But it's more or less
the glands that are on the
yeah.
back is their main method of defense.
You guys keep
know?
this at the Nature Center, this frog?
We just got him. We had a toad for a couple years, and we haven't been with a toad for about 2 years now.
It's amazing how calm
This weekend.
he is. Unless they're very comfortable around humans.
Well, it is the breeding season. And maybe he's like a white-tailed deer male that is totally clueless when it's that time of year.
Okay.
So usually they crawl a little more active and stuff,
Yeah.
but he seems to be just laid back in a
Definitely.
daze, taking it all in.
Yeah, he does.
Very soft,
You
not
guys have a
slimy.
name for him yet?
They haven't named him yet because he's only been there about a week.
Okay.
We got him up in
But
Lapeer,
if anyone
which is the
wants to
northern
stop
range.
in, Nature Center, they can stop in.
Absolutely,
maybe
come
hold
on
the
in.
toad-
We're going to
toad,
develop
yeah.
a little cage habitat for him. But we had him earlier yesterday for one of our school groups that came to the thing, and when Dan picked him up, he wouldn't shut up. Cheep, 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 just singing up a storm,
Now, how long will you keep him before you release him back into nature?
We will keep him probably till the middle of summer,
Okay.
and we will probably turn him loose, and we get saturated with animals, but we limit the amount that come in.
Sure.
And we'll probably get the American toad.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And just rotate them in and out. I mean, we bring in a smaller species. If we find a larger species, bring the larger one in, easier to see, easier to teach with. Turn the small one loose. We get small snakes all the time, garter snakes, butler snakes, etc. We'll keep them through the summer, and then one of the last ones will go into hibernation and cut them loose late in the winter to get them a little bigger, a little more apt to survive.
Boy,
But
that's
we
great.
try not to keep them more than a season. They eat good at the Nature Center.
Yeah, I bet they
All
do.
our animals do. So
yeah. Very
he is our star pupil, our employee of the month, volunteer employee of the month.
Well, thanks for bringing him in today, Kerry. On that note, sticking with nature, of course, we have a couple of programs coming up at the Nature Center. The first one is the story of Riverbends Park, which, boy, I tell you what, people that don't know the history there, it's
My
quite
goodness.
a story, Kerry.
Actually, as a lead into that, we have the Heron Festival first.
Oh, that's right.
The Heron Festival first. That's where we'll actually go to Holland Ponds. We'll do pond dipping. We'll do bird nest checks, bird identification. We'll have a telescope set up so we can actually monitor a couple active heron nests that are over
They're
there.
still down by the river, those nests?
Yeah, they are still down by the
Kind of
river.
the southwest corner of that area.
Correct, correct. We'll have a hay wagon there for some of the people that really don't want to walk,
okay,
or
sure.
older that, you know, would like to ride to the back and maybe walk out or ride back and ride back.
Well, that's
you know?
true. You can get down back to the Omid Trail or back in the
Exactly,
back corner. Yeah.
exactly. And we'll be running wagon rides, you know, every
Great
15
idea.
minutes, you know. And
What's the date of that
talk a
again,
little bit about
I'm
history. It is May 7th.
May 7th.
Yep, it is, let me get this right. I want to make sure I get it right. 9 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon.
Wonderful.
If you bring your own picnic things, hot dogs, s'mores and stuff, we are going to have actual a bonfire lunch inside of a big galvanized ring at our Holland Pond shelter at midday. You know, talk about what we found and have a good day for the family to get out and
Yeah.
have fun.
Well, if you love the nature, couldn't have a better event than that.
It's a perfect day for it. And then the very next weekend after that, on the 14th, is our story of River Bends.
Okay.
And what it actually is going to be is little half-hour modules as time goes on, starting with the Larich family, which is the first family there, going into a little bit of the Underground Railroad, the Clinton Kalamazoo Canal history, Joe Louis,
Right, Joe
through the
Louis.
Nike era when we had the Mercury and
Yes.
Hercules and Ajax missiles there, and then actually talk about when we got River Bends in 2002, kind of up to present, you know, with the Nature Center and where we are today. So that's going to be fun. Half-hour modules, bunch of different speakers talking about it. Little PowerPoint, lots of pictures, lots of dialogue. Be interesting.
Definitely. Just 1992. That's when we took River Bends over. It's amazing how long that's been. And prior to that, people don't know it was owned by the state.
Exactly. It was part of the Rochester Euclid Recreation Area. We had a lot of comments over the years about the improvements we've made to that park. And Joe, we've made a bunch of them, as you well
that's
know, you know, with all
wonderful.
these state-of-the-art top-lot equipment, the skate park, pickleball. I mean, it goes on and on. More athletic fields because we unfortunately lost the old Ford Field.
Exactly.
And it's the Nature Center. It's just
It is.
saturated with excellent comments, you know, and it's
Definitely.
it's good to hear. It's good to hear.
Yes, looking good.
Last program I want to touch on,
Sure.
Mountain Bike 101.
Glad you brought it up. I wanted to talk about it.
We have a Mountain Bike 101 class on June 5th. You need to call first, and we make arrangements with the Cramba people who will be helping us instruct that class, because it's going to go from making sure the bicycle is sized correct for you.
Okay.
You have the proper safety equipment, trail etiquette. They'll be going over all this stuff.
This is going to be a great program.
Exactly, and they'll be doing this at our Hickory Grove shelter with several of the crammed up people, the officers, training people, and then they'll actually go out on the trail and actually show and tell you how to maneuver and maybe it's not a good word, manipulate certain obstacles and things that are on that trail.
Sure.
Awesome. And Cramba, as you know, have just made a new addition,
Yes.
a trail on the south end of that. I can't tell you how many miles it is, but walking that, it's just amazing the terrain they go through.
Yeah, they have almost
It's
eight
awesome.
miles now.
Yeah.
And they keep adding, like you mentioned.
It's areas that are minimum impact with the public. Why not let some of the alternate type
Right,
of outdoor
exactly.
enthusiasts enjoy it? You don't have to go to Ball Mountain.
No,
We got Class A ones right here in Shelby
we got
Township.
more people now than we've ever had.
And it's good because these parks are for them to enjoy.
Exactly.
That is June 5th on a Sunday from 1 till 4 p.m. And we're only going to take about 30 people.
Okay.
So whether you're first or 30th, if your bike doesn't fit you, you won't be going on the ride.
How
It'll
can
just
they
be the ones
register
that fit.
for that?
It's actually show up.
Good.
You know,
So better get there early.
But if you call, we can get
Put
you in
you on the
contact
list.
with the Cramba people, and maybe you can do your homework and make sure your bike is acceptable,
Yeah.
qualified, so you don't get there and you're all disappointed.
Sure.
You know, so it's going to be an awesome day. Jeremy Verbeek is going to head that up, and it's just one more of those events, like the Kayaking 101, that's a little outside of the box. Get out and enjoy your outdoors.
Yeah.
The parks are coming alive right now with
Yeah.
all your wildflowers and your animals that are birds twitterpating like crazy. We're seeing turkeys again at the Nature Center. It's just, what a great time to be out in your parks, and we got a lot of them.
That's for sure, Kerry. Well, hey, we appreciate all your insight and everything you bring to the Nature Center. So thank you very much. Looking forward to an
awesome.
exciting 2016 in our Shelby Township Park System.
Excellent. Glad to be
Very
here.
good. If you have any questions on any of the items we talked about, please give us a call at 731-0300. Please remember, here at Shelby Parks and Rec, we create community through people, parks, and programs. Thanks for watching.